going on there, YouTube? Eric the Red here, and I haven't done one of these videos in a very long time, but first off, Happy New Year. And before any further, I just want to give a quick shout out to my boy Demonchildcc, aka Songry on YouTube. He recently did an updated video game wrestling video, and I figured, hey, why not come back on YouTube in 2019 with something like that? Now, without any further ado, I'm going to start off with the games I have, and, you know, really I'm only going to provide some commentary if it's necessary. I don't want to make a long-winded video. There's already going to be a decent amount of games. From what I'm seeing, and I am missing quite a bit, just from friends borrowing them, selling games, etc. Whether or not I'll replace some of them or not, it's totally have to be seen, but for now, this is what I got, this is what I play with, all this stuff, and, you know, so let's get started. Let's go with NES, shall we? Probably my favorite game from the Nintendo series of the wrestling is Pro Wrestling. WCW, this game is pretty bad, actually really bad, and the only fun fact about it is until, now I mentioned this in the past, until WWE 2K14 came out in late 2013, because this was the only game for over 20 years where you could play as Steamboat versus Flair. WWF Steel Cage WrestleMania Challenge, WWF WrestleMania Challenge, and WWF WrestleMania. Now, I know I had more games than this for the wrestling on the wrestling end. Mind you, guys, I have a decent collection of games for all the systems, but this is just my wrestling stuff. So, Super WrestleMania for the Super Nintendo. WWF Raw. I liked this game a lot growing up, because this was one of the few games, or at least the first game to my memory, where you could use weapons, and really all it was a bucket, aka a pail, and then a steel chair at ringside. My favorite game of this console, Super Nintendo, that is Saturday Night Slam Masters, made by Capcom. Really did enjoy that one. And yes, guys, if you can't tell already, I'm also going to provide my favorite game of the console that we're seeing. So, like I just said, NES went over my favorite, which is Pro Wrestling. Saturday Night Slam Masters, my favorite for the Super Nintendo. Now, moving on to N64. Okay. WWF Attitude. Hated these type of games. I don't like the idea of mashing together like 3 buttons just to do a fucking slam. Like, come on now. That game was just stupid. The only good thing about owning it, and just owning it from a collective standpoint, is Owen Hart's in the game. WCW Nitro, I actually never played this version on the N64, but I remember the WCW Nitro version on PS1, that version. Bad game. I'm saving a lot of these on purpose. Alright, next up. Same series, or same type of game, ECW Hardcore Revolution. I also have the PS1 version that you'll see later on. Not good. I could remember if Anarchy Rules is a little bit better. I feel like the controls were a little bit better, but again, that was like 2001, 2002 I last played that game, and the game just broke, and I never thought of just looking for another one. If anyone has Anarchy Rules, let me know if it's the same thing as this, or is it a little bit easier, it is a little bit more fun. I don't know. If it is, maybe one day I'll get it, but I don't want to pay a lot of money for it if it's bad. WCW Mayhem. I didn't hate this game like a lot of people did. I had fun with this. This is the first one for WCW you could fight backstage. Not bad. Graphics were terrible. Gameplay was funky, but I don't know. Didn't hate it. Now, the IP series. WCW vs. NWO World Tour. WCW vs. NWO Revenge. Keep that off to the side because I'm gonna explain why. This got all fucking damaged, but it's this the game. WWF WrestleMania 2000. Everybody's beloved WWF No Mercy. And then Virtual Pro 64. Now, here's the thing. This is in Japanese titling. The only difference here, as far as every other game, is you need this adapter in order for it to work. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this in the past as well. But yes, you need this adapter to work. It's a Super 64 adapter. It will not, this game won't work otherwise. Because it's a Japanese game, and this is pretty much translating into an American console, although all the titles are still in Japanese. The menu, everything, the layout's still in Japanese, except for the character select screen. So if you're selecting a wrestler, it'll say Hayabusa or Jushin Liger. It won't read the Japanese titles of them. But the options, everything, Japanese. So be mindful of that. Had that said, here's the entire set, and from this console, for me, it's hard to pick what's my favorite, because there's a lot of things I don't like, and I only have to say I don't like in terms of, like, just to nitpick, a fine reason to nitpick, and there's things I don't like, and there's things I like a lot. For me, it's hard to pick what's my favorite. Everyone has potential. A lot more gameplay, a lot more game type, a lot more freedom. Yeah. A good character select, a very strong character select, from mid-quarters to jobbers to just a lot of, there's a lot of upsides to that as well. It was the first WWF game with that. It finally felt like we were getting a good WWF game after Warzone and everything else. My only gripe with this is just no Ric Flair. And then this, I'm gonna just say it because, it won't translate into English, but I can't pick a winner if I had to. I'm gonna go with two of them, and that would probably be, it's alright, No Mercy. These two would probably be my favorites. This is me personally, and for all those that are probably going to be shocked, yeah, I haven't picked the WWE WWF title yet. Don't worry, it won't be coming. Just by default. Okay, next up. Let's go with GameCube. 1 second, folks. Okay. Now, Def Jam Vendetta. This is a game where hip-hop guys are in a video game made by the Aki engine. So you had Method Man and Redman could finally body slam and power drive each other through the fucking hood. Good game though. I like the story. Legends of Wrestling 1 and 2. Underwhelming. I don't mind owning them though. Made by Acclaim. Not as bad as the other Acclaim games, but still. I don't hate them like everyone else. The best way to put it. WrestleMania 18. Didn't really care for this game. The only appealing, I guess, part is everything still says WWF on the actual disc. WrestleMania 19. Good story mode. Very different. I don't have to really expand why the story is good. Just look up a more in-depth review. I'm not gonna long-wind you here. Okay. Now, Day Reckoning. And it's coincidental because the music playing in the background, so some of the songs that were in that game. Day Reckoning 1. The precursor to my favorite. Day Reckoning 2. Day Reckoning 2, by far, my favorite game of the entire series. There's a lot of upsides to that. The roster is a little bigger than Day Reckoning 1. That's an up. my all-time favorite Steve Austin's in it. Good, you know, for the Legends list that there is: Ric Flair, Steve Austin, The Rock, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Hulk Hogan, Mankind. Solid list for as small as that is. Not to say that the Legends list for Day Reckoning 1 wasn't bad, because it was good, but just, it was a small roster. That's all I can say. Okay, next up, I'm gonna bring up the big boy. So, I sold, lost, etc. Got rid of a lot of my old cases. I'm pretty sure I said this plenty of times in my old video back in like 2013, 2014 when I made this originally. And by the way, if we're keeping track here, I believe I'm at, let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. I'm at 24 games, guys. We're going to keep score at home. Not bad to own this disc. Ultimate Codes. I got this at a Best Buy back in like 2004. Not a bad disc to own if you lose a memory card. This is called Ultimate Codes, and it's a wrestling edition. It has like SmackDown. Just bring it to SmackDown. Here comes the pain. So, SmackDown. SmackDown 2. SmackDown, just bring it. SmackDown, shut your mouth. Here comes the pain. SmackDown vs. Raw. And SmackDown vs. Raw 2006. Now, before I go any further, just saying what my favorite game is on this system. Shining Legends of Wrestling. Probably the best of that series. If you're going to get any of them, get that one. I've done a review on this channel, so please go back and watch. TNA Impact. We'll get into some commentary on the Xbox edition, because I have the Xbox edition. There's Hardcore Revolution again. Backyard Wrestling 2. And Rumble Roses. And then Fire Pro Wrestling. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, I am grouping the PlayStation 1 games together. 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so 13 wrestling games. 7 of them are PlayStation 1, and most of them are PlayStation 2. If I'm going to go with PlayStation 1, I'm going to go with SmackDown. The loading, this killed it for me. These loading times killed it. I don't care if there's added moves and shit. This was just more fun, easier to play. And most wrestling games for PS1 were just dog shit. I'm sorry. N64 got all y'all PlayStation lovers out there. But PS2, if I'm going to go with any of them. So, by the way, yeah, 24 or 13 I said, so we're at 37 now. Yeah, 37. Okay. If I'm gonna pick 2 of them, because I'm gonna pick 2. I'm sorry, everybody, that's going to be mad at me for saying this. This is one of my favorites, but if I'm gonna pick 2 of them, it'll be SmackDown 2006. And my all-time favorite on this system is SmackDown Shut Your Mouth, and you're gonna wonder why. Simple. I feel like it was just, to me, the interaction with the stages was amazing. That's what made it fun. I like the outlandishness of it. Though, the reason why I'm gonna pick that game over this game, I like the story mode a little bit better. I like the voiceover better. I like the more in-depth addition to Legends. This was the start of it, but I feel like this was a little bit better. Yes, you had less freedom as far as free roaming, you couldn't dive off stages. That sucked. That sucked that they were in that direction for so many years, but you know what? Still, a lot of fun game. A lot of fun times playing that game. Still to this day. Okay, moving on. We'll go to PSP. Alright, yeah, put them here. Almost done, actually. Alright, so let's go through the non-SVR series games first. So TNA Impact. I have this again for the PSP. So what, 37? No, 38, I'm sorry, 38. 39, WWE All-Stars. Now, 2006. 2007. I'm sorry, that's 2008. Where's 2007? There you go. 2007. 2008. The worst game of the bunch. 2009. 2010. I'm sorry, 2010 and then 2011. If I'm going to pick one out of the PSP, I'm just going to go with SmackDown 2006 again. But if I can only pick one title and I can't pick a title twice, yeah, like I said, SVR 2006 for the PSP, and then it's the second favorite on my PS2 choice. And, my favorite on the PSP. Here's what it is. Okay, so what is it? 38, 39. So, okay. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. Alright. Don't mind one of the computers. Okay, moving on. Like I said, almost done, guys. Going on to Xbox 360. Man, I've been doing these with a handful. This is two trips. Okay, same thing. I'm gonna do it non-SVR series first. Lucha Libre Heroes del Ring. I didn't get to really play this game too much, but I'm not a fan of the controls, and that's kind of why I haven't really played it that much. TNA Impact. I know I'm saying I don't hate some of these games as much as most people, but I don't, and a lot of it's just going to be bias. I was a big TNA fan back then. It was fun to finally have a TNA game. For what it's worth, it was better than a lot of the WCW games. So, if you're going to give anything shit, you gotta back it up. So, I compare this to Nitro, I compare this to Thunder, I compare this to Backstage Assault, I even compare it to Mayhem. I would even say, go as far as to say, this game is a lot better. Not as much to do, but a lot better to play it. Legends of WrestleMania. It was fun to finally own one of these games, but yeah, pretty underwhelming. It wasn't meant for in-depth gamers, I guess is the best way to put it. WWE All-Stars. Now, I don't know what happened to my original copy, so a couple weeks ago I had to pick up a pre-owned version of this, and let me show you. I'm surprised this was pre-owned. I don't think people even played it. This is from me. This is all from me. From like a couple times. But this disc, I assure you, was clean. But yeah. It's very cool. Okay, so let's see. We were at 45, right? 46, 47, 48, 49. Alright, now let's go into the SVR series. 2007, 2008, 2009, 2010, 2011, WE2K12, 13, and 14. Okay, let me see. What number is I at? I think I was at 52 at 2K here. I'm at like 56 or 57, guys. And if you're... I legitimately did just lose count. But if I'm going to pick one from the Xbox, I'm probably going to go with... See, some would pick WWE 13 because of the whole Attitude Era thing, but I don't know. It's a toss-up between these two. 14 and 13 are both pretty good. And I don't know. Not to count some of these out. I'm not saying that a lot of these were shit, but at the same time, it's just these were pretty good in my opinion. I don't know. So, yeah. It's a toss-up. But, yeah, let's say we're at 56. I believe. Actually, hang on. I know I was at 45 on the PlayStation, so let's see. 46, 47, 49, yes, okay. 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. Alright, 57. Okay, good. Last ones. Alright. 2K15. 2K16. 2K17. 18. And 19. Well, it's easy to say that this was the worst one, and it was. I like this game. I like the Steve Austin story in it, but if I'm gonna pick one I feel like is ideal, I'm gonna go with 19, honestly. I don't know. It's just, yeah, I would say 19 right now is probably my favorite. And I'm not saying which one's the best. I'm just saying which one I prefer. So, yeah. But, okay, yeah, so, yeah, 57, so 58, 59, 60, 61, 62. So, 62 wrestling games. Boom. There you go, sorry. I don't know how much you have. I could go back and watch and probably check it out if you don't know off the top of your head. But I could probably do a count. But there you go. There it is. You know, and there's a lot of consoles I had, got rid of, just didn't have the need for, didn't have the space for, didn't have the time for. So, I'm just in my collection, 62 games, and I'm happy with them. So, thank you all for tuning in. Glad to see you, hope you all are happy to see me back, and I'm glad you, do a video for you guys again. Just recently moved, so it was very rough to do anything. As far as the action figure stuff, stay tuned for all that. I don't want to talk about any of that stuff here. But till next time, guys. Peace. And to use my moniker on my KTR podcast, and I gotta plug that. Till next time, keep it kayfabe, bitches.